My name is Amber Reed, R-E-I-D, birthday 12/27/90. I'm turning 32, but like I'm almost positive my like mental age, like my brain is stuck at 17. I'm actually starving, so okay, yes, I troll. Whatever, Trollin has entered the chat. I'm totally fine with a clickbait title because you guys know I love me a clickbait title. You're not paying attention to your health, you don't care about your health, you don't care about your body, you want to die, you could have ate healthy, chose not to, do you really need to go on vacation, you need to buy health insurance instead. I just don't want to hear it.
No one cares!
Hey guys, Grüße aus Deutschland, greetings from Germany. After a 7-day break, Miss Amber's posted another video. It's titled I'm Having a Hard Time. And it's roughly 16 minutes long. She looks huge, and so let's see how she explains that.
Hey guys.
Hey Amber.
So welcome to a new video.
Oh, you got your feeder necklace on, I see.
So I figured since I have been gone for a little bit of time.
It was only a week, it was fine. I wonder though if you've noticed that a whole bunch of your reaction channels have moved on. I've been busy with real life and that's why I haven't done it, but you're even losing your reaction channels now. Dude.
That I would come back with a Q&A just to kind of like check in. And I just didn't want to just like throw up a vlog and be like, hi guys, and act like I didn't disappear, because I did. So let's do the Q&A. There is 15 questions and
that you have asked yourself, okay?
I had you guys ask me these questions from
sure, you asked them yourself. That is usually what happens.
Instagram, so let's get into it. So the first question is, why haven't you been uploading? I got a lot of like, where are you? We miss you. Why haven't you been filming and uploading? And it's because of everything that happened with my mom. I got extremely triggered and it was hard. It was hard for my mom. It was hard for me.
Yeah, and you lied for your mom. I mean, you're even dragging her into your pool of lies. That's bad. That's something I wouldn't have done. But yeah, I don't even know where to begin. So your mother is a violent person. She lost you when you were a child. You were taken away, and then you were backmouthing her on your channel. And then when you pretended to have cancer in 2020, she came to live with you for a while. She took off again, and then you drove your channel and your life so against the wall that you had to move back to Oklahoma, and you've been eating out with her ever since and playing bingo. I mean, all the addictive things, drinking alcohol, playing bingo, gambling at the casino, you know, they've been doing them together. And so to top it all off, in her last vlog, Amber had to drag her mommy down in the pool of lies with her, where yeah, well, we don't have to get into it again. But yeah, I wouldn't have done that if I'd been her.
And it kind of just like made me kind of just go into a shell. And it wasn't even just with YouTube, it's been just in general. And
so did you realize that lying about what public records say is wrong?
And I've just been having kind of like a hard time. And that's just me being honest. So
oh, okay, so you just told another lie. Okay.
Next question is, how have you been feeling mentally? I feel like that was a good question to have on here.
Yeah, bad, because look at her. She's expanding like a yeast ball again. And so for the past week that we didn't see her, she must have just done nothing but stuff face.
I haven't been doing that great. I have been feeling extremely low and depressed, and it's been kind of like dark. So I had to take a step back, and I told myself that I'm going to wake up today and I'm going to kind of like fake it till you make it. And I'm going to just try my hardest to be an adult, film.
Oh, faking it as being an adult? Okay. Huh. Yeah, you've been faking things on your channel for almost 11 years, right? Maybe it would be a nice change if you cut that out.
I had cameos that I did, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Those made me very, very happy. So thank you guys so much for requesting cameos. Like,
I sure didn't.
It means the world to me, truly. And now I want to go back to like doing things that I love because I
So eating, but that's what you've done for the past 7 days.
have lost all interest in pretty much everything. I have just hit a very low point.
So now she's glorifying not only obesity but also depression, and she's not getting any help for that. And she'd rather turn on the camera and answer questions that she's asked herself because she can't come up with content on her own anymore. Um, I don't know, you two. What do you guys think? I'm not talking about my audience. I'm talking about the people that run the YouTube platform. Is that something we should be watching or something we should be showing to our younger members of the audience? Somebody that eats themselves to 600 pounds based on nothing but lies and horrific actions, still tries to eat on camera and now tries to glorify depression without getting any professional help for her mental problems. I don't know, YouTube. Is that the kind of stuff you want to promote on your platform?
And I'm trying to just pick myself back up. Next question.
Yeah, you never did. All you ever do is stuff your face when you have problems. That's why you weigh over 600 pounds. I mean, this is like turning in circles.
Question is, what's the update on you going back on Ozempic? So I definitely do want to go back on something like that. So
Yeah, of course, popping a pill rather than doing the work, sure.
there is semaglutide, which I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that right, which you can get at med spas, which someone actually contacted me on Instagram and told me about it. Actually, one that's kind of near my city. I am interested in it. It's going to be cheaper than Ozempic. So I am going to call the med spa and I'm going to set up a consultation.
Whatevs.
So that is something that's going to be in the works. Next
Yeah, sure, whatever.
question is, do you think you'll stay in Oklahoma for the foreseeable future? I think for now, I definitely want to stay here.
Yeah, she's stuck, and that's where she's gonna end up, if you know what I mean.
I love everything about Oklahoma besides the weather. There has been a lot of tornadoes lately. I
Not in your area. Somebody already reported that in my comment section, so don't even start lying.
hope everyone is okay. It's definitely scary. I have a lot of anxiety when it comes to tornadoes.
Yeah, but when they're not in your area, then shut up about them.
You guys know that. So it's kind of ironic that I'm living in Tornado Alley. Ugh, that's
Yeah, but this time they passed you by, so shut up about them.
like literally the only thing I hate about it. I don't know how I'm gonna do this summer because that's when it gets real bad. So I am kind of dreading that. But as for everything else, like I love living here.
Yeah, of course. Mommy picks you up, drives you to eating, to restaurants, and to bingo and to the casinos, of course. You like it there. You never see any of what is going on in Oklahoma City. All you ever do is sit on your ass, no matter where you go. Either you sit your ass down in a restaurant or at bingo or at a casino, and all you ever do is stuff face. So. Of course, you can love a city when you never do anything to get to know it.
I love being around family and
Oh, okay, yeah, I get that.
I'm creating a life here and I love that.
Creating a life. You're still not self-sufficient. You still haven't hung up any of the pictures or any, decorative items. You have your mommy drive you around at age 33 while you're talking like a middle schooler, and all you ever have success in is in exceeding your physical weight and your physical measurements. Dude,
Next question is, do you think reaction channels should delete their videos where they said false statements about your mom because technically that is defamation? That's a hard question.
Okay, defamation, but she should take down every video where she lied about her relatives. Every single one, and where she lied about Casey, and where she lied about Destiny, where she lied about Beck, and she's not doing that. As long as she doesn't do that, All I offer is, and I didn't say that she harmed a service animal. I just said that that's what she was accused of, and I couldn't find any of it on the internet. And that is because I'm not very experienced when it comes to the American legal system, because I'm not all that interested in it, you know. And so I'm not gonna take down any videos at all. Not a single one.
Question. I don't really know because when I
And plus, you can tell that that is definitely one of the questions she asked herself, because she keeps talking about her reaction channels. And I'm going to repeat myself here. Amber, some of your reaction channels have already taken off. I don't know how farther you want to push the whole thing before everybody's gone and you disappear into oblivion. I mean, you do you, boo-boo, but just wondering, you know?
think of that, like I think of myself, like I have said some things in the past that weren't true, even though I thought they were at the time. It doesn't mean I'm going to go and delete them or anything like that.
No, you don't delete any of the videos, except for that one where you accused Casey of you know what. That is it. Other than that, you're a coward, and you're desperate for money, and so you keep leaving all these videos up. I don't leave them up for greed, because trust me, I'm not making a fortune on YouTube. I'm leaving them up to warn others of your actions and words.
That so it's like, do I want to hold the same standards for reaction channels? I mean,
You have absolutely no standards, absolutely none. You have no backbone and no grace, no accountability. So miss me with all of that.
in the sense of like the reaction channels that like really truly were like, yeah, Amberlynn's mom did do this. Like it is defamation.
Well, she did beat up her mother, and that is a fact. And so, you trying to say that they got the wrong person, it's a totally different person, is of course, with an IQ of approximately 90, believable in your head, but out here, it was just BS. And so you lied blatantly about your mother committing that crime. And she did commit it. She did beat her mother. Okay? And that is something you and your mother are going to have to live with, and her mother. You know, this doesn't belong on the internet. And so I don't know why you keep dragging people into your vlogs that have such a colorful history, you know, colorful past. That is not our choice, that was yours.
That is technically like the term for it. Do I think they should delete the video? I guess maybe morally it makes sense to do that, especially because they were so wrong.
Especially, no, you were wrong. And if you don't stop talking about it now, I'm gonna skip ahead. Because that smugness, along with blatantly lying, and you at first, I mean, you guys, if you're interested in hearing my reaction to that and you haven't watched it yet, please go back. But at first she says that her mother doesn't care what people think of her, and then she says it bothered her mother, and then she blatantly lies about her mother not having committed that crime, which it wasn't just one crime, it was her beating up her own elderly mother. You know, look at the charges. I'm not going to post them here, but they're all over the internet. She beat up her mother, and imagine what kind of person it takes to do that, drug addiction or not, right? And she tried to make it sound like that never happened.
Like if you guys didn't know, like this whole thing about my mom has just been really hard because we knew it wasn't true about.
It is true, though, and you trying to lie about it yet again is unbelievable. It is public records, Amber. Your mother did beat up her own mother.
My mom doing something to a service animal.
Okay, she still beat up her mother. You cannot discuss that away, and you are not the victim here.
And I guess supposedly there was a reaction channel who ended up calling the court place. And it turns out that it was a technical error, a keystroke error. And it's like, me and my mom knew that she would never, ever in a million years do something like that.
Okay, I don't want to get into that because the whole Amberverse is too toxic for me, but here's my question. She must have read the judgment, right? Did it not say what she was charged with? I mean, accused of and charged with and sentenced for? Did your mother not read that? I mean, come on. I'm not gonna get into it again. I don't care. She beat up her own mother, and that is pretty bad.
She has made a lot of mistakes. Like, you guys have seen her record. It's just like, how is she supposed to move on from
Yeah, I'm gonna move on because I'm not listening to the same rant again that we listened to in the last vlog. Okay, seems like she's done.
Next question is, has your mom changed her opinion about going on your channel? So when I first moved here, my mom was very like, I don't want to be on it yet. Like, she was just like super shy about it, and it was definitely something she was thinking of doing for sure. And then just as of recently, like, she randomly just like showed her face on video, and she's been feeling a little bit more like, oh, maybe we should have like a cooking series on your channel. It's something that we want to.
You should discourage that. Look at the rap sheet of your mother. Leave her out of your blogs. I mean, if you ask for my opinion, but you don't, and you're probably gonna drag her onto your channel, and more power to you. But I'm not gonna cover that because now that you haven't been able to land another ass wiper, you're gonna have to drag your mother with the rap sheet longer than my arm into your vlogs. That's gonna be the end. That's going to be the end. And if you keep gaining weight, it makes no difference who you drag into your vlogs. You're just gonna not disappear in them yourself, you know.
To start, and but the minute she showed her face, like, this whole thing happened, and it made her literally tell me, I don't think I want to be on your channel.
Good, that's a lot better.
And that like hurt me, but like, I get it. I don't know if she's gonna change her mind. I really hope that she does, because like, who she is as a person now, like, that's the person that matters.
Okay, now she's repeating herself from the last vlog, and it makes no difference. This is the part that Amber doesn't get. The fact that Amber's mom committed certain crimes, the last crime she committed was 2017. Okay, and she here started posting on YouTube in 2013, and how she views her mother and how she viewed her back then is none of my business. What I evaluate and look at and comment on is this one here. I don't care about her mother. But beating up your own elderly mother requires quite a level of cold-bloodedness that I can't even relate to. But then again, for almost 11 years, we've seen the 600-pounder lying about being on a diet and dragging all kinds of people from her real life through the mud. And so, I don't know. I think it would be beneficial to her mother and to Amber herself if her mother steered clear of Amber's vicinity.
And she did not go through so much hard work.
No, I'm not listening to this again. Amber here does not understand what kind of work it takes and self-control and discipline to even battle your demons, to even battle your addictions and overcome them. So I'm not gonna listen to that shit again. I did that in the last vlog. And again, I get that Amber would love for everybody just to drop her mother's past, just because deep down inside she knows that she also wishes that we dropped everything she's ever done wrong. That is not going to happen, because whoever is desperate enough to come on the internet and sell their private life for YouTube coin is going to have to deal with the fact that that's going to follow them until the bitter end. You know, whatever that bitter end might be, that the YouTube channel gets deleted, that they just don't post on it anymore, or that their bodies finally give out. But Amber cannot expect for people to just say, yeah, let's make it possible for her to get a new start. We have nothing to do with Amber's mother. Nothing at all.
The next question is, how does your mom feel about you talking about her past on your channel? So that's something that, like, I've always been super worried about. So even...
Really? Have you though? You blatantly lied for her in her name in your last vlog. which automatically, if you say now that she's fine with you talking about her, makes her a person that's consenting to you lying in public about her.
When I first started my YouTube channel, I asked both my parents, like, how do you feel about me sharing, things about foster care or things that, you guys have done that has affected me? And something they've both always have said, which I have always found so like, I just feel very thankful for it, is like, it's your story too, Amberlynn. Like,
But you dragged them through the mud on your channel, in public.
we put you through these things and our actions have impacted you. So it's not just our story, it's also yours. And I think that's why, like, I have been okay with sharing certain things about my parents or my past. Or like, that's not something actually I would have ever brought up. I would have never like brought up my mom's record ever. And the only reason why I did is because of this whole thing that's happened. 95% of the things that I have been through, I have never mentioned on my channel, but the 5% that I have mentioned, it very much does involve my parents, and I have gotten permission because they say that it's also my story.
I doubt it. But hey, who cares?
And I'm just appreciative of that. Next question is, are you and Valentine still together? Yes, we are.
Oh, you're not. You're a liar.
Question number 9, do you think your food addiction is exacerbated by social media? And I would say sometimes, but it's mainly because like I am also like kind of an emotional eater. And when things get rough, I turn to food, and that does happen. Next question, what's
No, you didn't answer that all the way. You keep talking about how you're a food addict, right? So if you are, you eat when you're sad, you eat when you're mad, you eat when you're bored, you eat to reward yourself for something, and so you eat nonstop because otherwise you wouldn't look the way you do, okay? And so, yes, social media makes it worse because you have to come on here and appear smaller or lie about your weight, and that weighs heavily on your mind. And in case you haven't made the connection yet, when there's something going wrong, when you're like emotionally exhausted, or when you're angry, or feeling bad about something, you will stuff your face. And that is why you still haven't lost any weight, because you lie way too much, you deceive way too much, you manipulate way too much. And so the answer would have been, if she could be honest, yes, absolutely, social media does cause for her to overeat.
something weird you get anxiety about? But like I have a lot of like food anxieties, and I recently just opened up to my friends about that.
Food anxieties? Never heard of that. Let me look that up really quick. Okay, so what is food anxiety? Food anxiety is a type of anxiety that manifests as a deep concern over the effects of food on the body. The stress can take many forms, including concerns about calories, weight gain, or being judged by others for what one is eating. Some people with food anxiety also fear certain food textures and worry about possible allergic reactions or choking on a potato. I can't. When anxiety levels are high enough, it can lead to the avoidance of certain foods altogether. Yeah, that's never happening in Amber's case, and so we're just gonna see how she's using this new term in her vlog.
Is like some of my really bad food anxieties is like if I have like a double cheeseburger, that's one of them, or like a lot of pasta at once, or pizza.
Now she's listing off foods, but doesn't explain what the anxiety is.
Those are my top 3. And by food anxiety, I mean like while I'm eating it, like for some reason my brain is telling me you might have a heart attack while eating this. And I know that's like not true, and that's more than likely not going to happen while I'm eating it.
Very high possibility though.
But like I do get those like negative thoughts. Those are my top 3 ones.
So she only has negative thoughts. That is not an anxiety. And so again, she is embellishing and talking out the ass when it comes to mental disorders and emotional problems. Okay, noted.
Sometimes I don't get that at all. But if I am getting that, I usually won't finish my meal.
Right, of course you don't. You finish every single meal in your life because look at yourself. Look at that.
I'll purposely only eat like half of it
Absolutely not.
because in my brain that like makes me feel like, oh, now you have less of a chance of having that heart attack. I know that's like the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah, and you're making it up and you're shaking your head, and it's just unbelievable to me how you can continue to tell these blatant lies on your channel with no authentic vibe coming off of you. Not a single ounce.
Or for me, it feels pretty weird. So that's why that is my answer for this question.
Whatever. And another 2 minutes gone that I'll never get back.
Next question is, how does Valentine feel about you posting thirst traps on TikTok? So
Yeah, I can't wait to hear that answer.
I have asked her this because I do get this question a lot. People are always like, why do you post, TikToks like this if you're in a relationship?
No. Maybe she is getting these questions. I absolutely see how that could be happening. But with me, it's like she's not in a relationship. Number one, I mean, you can be in a long distance relationship, but that girl only popped up when Destiny and Beck revealed that they are getting married and or in a serious relationship, and so she's been lying since then. Her ego couldn't take the blow, another blow. I mean, after both of them or all of her girlfriends dumping her for her horrific ways. She couldn't take that blow to her ego that now they're even in serious relationships, and so she had to come up with that imaginary girlfriend. And the thing is, I doubt that anybody on this planet, I know there are some kinky people out there, right? But I doubt that anybody would tolerate her wiggling the masses for the TikTok coin. I don't even know if she has any income over there, or just to draw attention to her dying YouTube channel. I don't know, but I don't think anybody that's freshly in a relationship with somebody else would tolerate that. I just can't imagine it. And with her history, and that is, more importantly, with her history of lying nonstop. The question is not, does she put up with it, or what does she say about that, Valentine? No, but that she's non-existent, and Amber just has to continue that lie.
So then it got me thinking, and I was like, is it weird that I post TikToks like this?
Yeah, imagine another person that you are, if you were in a relationship with somebody else, if they did that, would you like that?
So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna ask Valentine, like, what does she think of it? And honestly, she said she doesn't mind.
Yeah, because she's non-existent, she's imaginary.
And that she kind of likes it because
she keeps shaking her head. Her body does not want to cooperate anymore with all the lies that she is telling. So she is shaking her head, negating what she's saying now. And not that Valentine is opposed to her posting these thirst traps, but she's non-existent.
Because she gets to also see them, and she thinks I look really good in my TikTok.
Sick. That can only come from a deluded mind like hers.
So it's not something that bothers her. She's not really insecure.
Keep shaking her head. It's I don't even know why I'm taking the time out of my busy day to watch this shite.
And she's super confident in the way that I feel for her and the way that she feels for me. So
yeah, she's imaginary.
So I don't think there's an issue with it. But if she was bothered with it, obviously I wouldn't do it anymore.
Yeah, right. Just like you stopped talking about Beck after she asked you not to talk about her on her channel anymore, on your channel anymore.
Next question is,
because she's the kind of person that really respects somebody else's wishes, right?
Valentine want to appear in your YouTube videos?
She can't because she's imaginary. Who's asking these questions? Again, I have to go back to she's asking herself these questions to fake an interest that is not there in her audience. This girl is imaginary.
She does. It is something we have talked about. And she said that she is willing to be in my videos, but I think that we're both waiting till we're both ready because I think that's like a really big step. I'm not.
Yeah, and you know what is also a big step? Your views dropping to where you can't afford your bills anymore. That question won't be a question anymore if you get anybody to come join you in your vlogs, because the interest will just have died. You're probably not aware of it, but with the delusion that, or the level of delusion that you are on, I'm not even blaming you. You're just gonna go out like this.
Not gonna lie because I haven't had
You keep lying. I'm not gonna lie to tell the truth. She never does. She lies nonstop.
my partner in videos in a really long time. So that's kind of gonna be like really new territory for me. So
It's not gonna happen. You wanna bet any amount of money that that's not gonna happen.
I want to just like wait. Especially like I just am not in the greatest headspace right now.
Yeah, blah, 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 and the fried voice because she doesn't mean a word that she's saying. Guys, just try to back up from what we're listening to and how she's trying to convince us that she even is in a relationship. Can you imagine anybody looking at the history that she has, the reputation she has on the internet, all the things that she has said and done that will continue following her, continue following her, the fact that she's a lol cow, that nobody takes her seriously anymore, that she's been lying so much, later on called a trolling. Do you think that any person on this planet with an IQ over 90 would not only out themselves as being in a relationship with her, but even be in her vlogs? Anybody that's ever been in her vlogs has disappeared. Why? They never admitted it, but I'm guessing here. Here's my thought. Let's say you're in a relationship with Amber. You might be attracted to her. I mean, who am I to judge, right? So some people go for bigger women. Let's say Destiny was still hoping that Amber would manage to not continue to overeat, to eat herself to twice the size or 250 pounds heavier than she was in 2013, right? And so she probably had hope. Then Beck came into the picture, and Beck didn't have the personality to stand up to Amber, and Amber just continued gaining to gain weight and to troll the audience. And so imagine somebody that is in her real life next to her, or maybe in another room, listening to her lying over and over again. Eventually, if you are a self-reflective person, you're going to have to ask yourself, is that the kind of relationship I want to be in? Like every time we go to Walmart or to a restaurant, we pay with the money that she made based on people believing her when she says things, but she continues to lie. And Beck, if you're watching this, no offense, but you must have known that Amber hit the 700-pound mark in 2019. You must have known, right? You saw her gaining weight. I mean, we did too, but you were in a relationship with her. And you were sitting there when she confirmed that she's never made it to 600 pounds. And she was all smug about it. Or when she said that she's taken a shower. When she put a towel on her head, probably not even having wet her hair. Do you know what I'm saying? You were there. And so every person that is in her life can hear her lie. And I believe that with the lies that she told, not just about other things, but about things she was going to do in order to continue having that other person in her life, like when the relationship with YP started and she said, I'm going to learn how to drive, I'm going to lose weight so that I'm more mobile, so that I can travel. None of that happened. None of it happened. She just, told lies in order to convince YP that it's the right thing to do and that there's hope that she's going to get things under control. It never happened. Now this imaginary girl, let's say she is not imaginary for a moment. Do you think that anybody that knows what Amber has done on the internet is going to assume that Amber is not like that in real life? I doubt it. I strongly doubt it. Imagine what kind of personality it would take, except for maybe a troll, a complete troll or a scammer that wants to expose her, sneak into her life, pretend to want to be in a relationship with her, and film her behind her back, or collect all kinds of data about her, take screenshots of things, and then later on expose her for it. That's the only way I could see somebody being seriously interested in making her believe that they want to be in a relationship with her.
As you guys can tell. So I just want it to be like a really good time when we finally like take that next step.
Yeah, you need to look at your views, honey bun, sweetie pie. I think it's too late for that.
Whether it's like her real name or whatever it may be. Question 13, how do you...
Yeah, but does she not get that when people show themselves or out themselves, even with their real name, on her channel, they will be forever associated with this one here? Forever. They can't get out of it anymore. Right? Who would want to do that?
Do you feel that no reaction channel has come out?
See, again, about reaction channels again. She keeps asking herself the same questions, and she pretends that it's her audience asking her these questions.
And apologize to your mom after bashing her for something that she didn't even do.
Nobody's going to apologize to her mom, because her mom was cold-blooded enough to commit all these crimes. They're on the rap sheet, and they're public records. And so your mom is quite the violent person. I don't think that somebody that is harmony oriented, that takes drugs, all of a sudden is aggressive. I think you have to have a spark of aggression and of a willingness to use violence against others ingrained in your personality in order for that to show when you're on drugs. And so her making her sound like an angel is absolutely not gonna fly. And I cannot speak for other reaction channels. I'm not going to apologize for anything.
So I think there was one reaction channel who did apologize, and that was Alex Shook. So I do actually greatly appreciate that, because
supporting liars is nothing I support. And so her blatantly lying about her mother not having beaten up her elderly mother is making her an a-hole, and her mother too.
He did it. It makes me emotional, sorry. It makes me emotional because he did it like the day he found out that it wasn't true. And there are so many other reaction channels.
One aspect of that crime isn't true, but she still beat up her elderly mother. Do you not understand that?
That like literally bashed my mom. That's how it felt.
Okay, I don't support bashing her mom, but her mom has a rap sheet. And that means that people spend their time in, investigating what actually happened, and then charged your mom with it, and she got convicted of certain crimes. There's absolutely nothing you can say to discuss that away. Absolutely not. You trying to lie about it and now trying to praise a reaction channel that even apologize is a joke.
That's how it felt to us, because it's hard, it's heavy. There are other reaction channels who like spoke on it like the day of, like when they thought it was true, and then they just haven't said anything since. They haven't said
since, not sense.
Anything since finding out.
Since, not sense.
But it's not true. And it puts a bad taste in my mouth, and
it puts a bad taste in our mouth that you cannot stop lying. And now you're expecting for people to apologize to you? You need to be put somewhere where you reevaluate your life and your mental condition, you know?
I've always had like a love-hate relationship for Alex Shook, but like there have been instances, this is not the first one, where he has like done the right thing.
Not interested in that. I'm moving on. I'm not going to put you through it, but she just, because I'm still listening to what she's saying, right? Now she's saying that her mom has been vindicated. That is an absolute lie. So even if her mother had never attacked or injured in any kind of way a service animal, it still doesn't explain away that her mother attacked her own elderly mother to a degree where she served time for it. She also pled no contest, right? As far as I remember, correct me if I'm wrong. So yeah, her mother did that. Only one aspect of it, maybe, if you take the service animal out of the equation, sure. But what I don't get is that whole thing happened 20 years ago and she never had it corrected, even though she knew that her daughter was lying her ass off on the internet about other things, and that was becoming infamous for weighing 600 pounds while pretending to be on a weight loss journey. Why did that not cross her mother's mind? Why? I mean, I was already surprised when in 2020 her mother showed up in her vlogs. Why would she do that if she knows that her daughter contracts this much hate? Absolutely not. And so, no, her mother was not vindicated. She committed that crime. She keeps going on and on about how mistakes do happen in courtrooms and how clerks make mistakes. Yeah, that might be correct, but you could have had that corrected. But what you said in your last vlog is that you got the wrong person. She never did that, and that was a blatant lie. You need to stop acting like anybody out here owes you an apology. You owe an apology to everybody out here. I personally still waiting for an apology for you calling your entire audience psychos in 2019. I mean, you said things on your channel and on other platforms, and you still haven't apologized for them. You haven't even acknowledged them. And so don't play the victim here, and don't make your mom seem like a victim, because your mom is now, she's not objecting to you lying for her. And that is disgusting. And that puts your mom in a very bad light. Okay, totally aside from everything, I still wonder why in the United States, where laws of data protection exist, a stranger can just willy-nilly call a courthouse. She keeps saying they call it the courtroom. No, they call it the courthouse. And how did they figure that out? That something that happened 20 years ago did not happen, but it was a typo by the clerk that typed the report. I do not understand. And so I'm not saying what happened, with that animal service animal happened. I'm just saying that kind of seems odd. That seems very odd. That somebody would be able to call a courthouse and say, "Are you sure that Mrs. Reed or Smith or whoever actually injured a service animal?" And then they gave her an answer, or them, whoever called. Unbelievable to me, but maybe it's just me. Wow, she just keeps going on about that, and that it was an error. Hey, if it was an error, right, we're gonna see the public record changed. Or am I way off here? Or are they gonna leave the public record the way it is with the error in it, in air quotes? Right? Like if it was an error, then they have to correct it in the public records. So either we're going to see that public record change, or the person that said that it was an error might not be telling the truth. Who knows? Wow, finally the next question.
Next question is there a reason why people think that your girlfriend is fake?
Yeah, because the lies don't match. All of a sudden, she comes out saying that she's been in a relationship, even though she didn't so much as hint at it. She was talking to somebody. I mean, the whole thing, like if somebody had to evaluate her mental health, right? Let's just rewind. In July 2023, the beginning of the month, she tried to make us believe that YP and her had broken up. It was a mutual breakup, which later on turned out to be another lie. And I believe from as often as we saw YP in the vlogs, YP had already long moved out, but was still living in the vicinity and only came over to help her with chores, wipe her ass, and maybe, bring over the packages from the PO box. But I think she had been gone quite some time. But what YP revealed on July, on Independence Day, was probably that she wants to move out of state. And that put Amber in a place where she had to make a move, where she had to say, okay, I'm moving out too, can you help me, blah, blah, blah. And so she was distraught, but only because YP was going to leave her as a caretaker, because they had no more romantic relationship at the time. But anyhow, she continued to milk the whole breakup area. She fed her face all day long from dusk to dawn, and she was visibly gaining weight. And now she's trying to make us believe that even though the breakup was so bad and so painful in September, she already crushed on somebody else. Absolutely not. And that is my comment on the lies that she's about to tell us now.
The only thing that I have seen, because I do get messages, is that people
Because you're all over the place on the internet, just Googling yourself. That is how you know.
think that she's fake because of the timeline.
Yep.
Because two of my exes are also in like relationships or whatever. And it makes sense. I understand, because I waited like over 2 months to reveal that I even had a girlfriend.
Not just that. You try to make us believe that you broke up or you and YP broke up the beginning of July, and then in September you're already in the condition to crush on someone. No, Amber, that is the problem.
Like, that's the only thing I can think of, because like I have never
Yeah, because you can't remember the lies you told on your channel.
really been single for that long. So it shouldn't even be surprising that I have a girlfriend at this point. So
Yeah, but you don't. It's imaginary.
the last question is, do you have a problem with jealousy? So
Absolutely, she does.
I'm not really a jealous person.
Yes, yes, she is. And, whenever she asks herself questions like these and then she cannot answer honestly, you never know. Is it for the viewers? Does she want to keep up a certain front? Would she say the same thing in front of a therapist? I doubt it, because I think she lies to therapists too. Or then do we believe that she does not know herself at all? And I think it's a mixture of all three.
I don't get jealous of other people's money or
Yes, she does.
other people's looks. Or
Yes, she does, and attention too. She can't even like every time Beck, and I feel that Beck is way more eloquent than she is. And when Beck was telling stories and she had to keep interfering, or when they did when they were sitting on Pillow Mountain together, and Amber was taking up 2/3 of the screen, and she kept moving the camera to put herself in frame while Beck is telling a story, and so the camera would refocus on Amber. She could not even deal with the airtime that Beck got, even though she was suckered into being in her vlogs, and so she's lying her ass off right now.
other people's this or that. What I do get jealous about though is like stuff in relationships. Like when I'm in a relationship, like I am a jealous girlfriend. I don't know if that's like part of like an insecurity of mine, or if that's like BPD. I don't know what it is.
See how she keeps contradicting herself? If she was a jealous person in a relationship, she should actually be able to put herself in the position how it would feel for her imaginary girlfriend to see her post thirst traps. Who in their right mind would be interested in her, not because she's 600 pounds, but because she has a horrible personality, but now turn it around. Can you imagine how she would feel if that other person would still post thirst traps while pretending to be in a long distance relationship with her? Absolutely idiotic.
But I do get kind of jealous, pretty jealous. And I'm actually working really hard on that.
No, you're not.
And I feel like I have gotten a lot better.
No, you're not. You're just stuffing face. You're not working on yourself at all. There's no therapy. There's no working on your weight loss. There's no working on your lipedema, lymphedema, whatever. You're not working on anything. You're just stuffing face, and it shows. I believe that your filters and Chantal's have completely given up. They cannot even detect them as human beings anymore because what is going on with the face shapes, you know?
The only thing I can do is improve and try not to like show my jealousy too much, if you know
Right. Whatever. She's full of shit.
what I'm saying. But, you know, Valentine actually doesn't mind a little jealousy. So I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah, because she's imaginary, and so she doesn't mind a whole bunch of things that you're just selling here on your channel that is on the downslope.
So that is the end of this video. I know it was kind of heavy for me, so it might be heavy for y'all. I don't really know, but I'm going to try posting some more. So
Yeah, I don't want. I would prefer you didn't, but then again, I can just ignore your vlogs. And speaking of which, I'm not going to react to the last two that Chantal posted, because for now, I'm just done with it. She's back in Kuwait. She's trying to live or continue living a lie. Her tour guide voice is just annoying, to say the least, and her food haul is just proof that she's not interested in losing weight or taking her health seriously, and so I'm not going to react to that. And with this one, I'm done too here. Nothing but lies. But hey, that's what they want to do with their lives. I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching this. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.